Today we're looking at a new kind of weapon from China, one that doesn't explode or burn, but turns off the lights. This weapon can cause a blackout over a city or even a small country, and that's a big deal. Our world runs on electricity. Homes, hospitals, banks, water systems all depend on it. Imagine everything stopping at once: traffic, communication, emergency services. A weapon that can do this without firing a bullet is a game changer. Military leaders worldwide are paying attention because this changes the rules of war. The story broke on China's state-run CCTV, showing off this new technology. The message is clear: China is developing advanced, unconventional weapons. This could shift the balance of power and force us to rethink how wars are fought. Why does this matter to you? Because a blackout weapon targets the foundation of modern life. It can disrupt food, water, and communication for everyone, not just soldiers. Understanding this weapon is the first step to protecting ourselves. It's not just a military issue, it's about the vulnerability of our entire way of life. The weapon's existence raises urgent questions about security and preparedness. It's a reminder that our dependence on electricity is also a weakness. Governments now face new challenges in defending against silent, invisible threats. The world must adapt to this new reality, where wars can start with a blackout, not a bomb. This is more than a military story. It's about the risks we all face in a connected world. The rise of blackout weapons means everyone is potentially on the front lines. As technology advances, so do the threats to our daily lives. The silent power of this weapon is what makes it so dangerous. We need to understand, prepare, and adapt, because the next war might begin in the dark. Stay with us as we break down how this weapon works and what it means for the future. The age of silent warfare has arrived. How does China's blackout weapon actually work? It's all about carbon fibers. Instead of blowing up power plants, it releases a cloud of tiny conductive carbon fibers into the air. These fibers float down onto electrical equipment. Substations, transformers, insulators. The fibers are so small they get everywhere, creating bridges for electricity to flow where it shouldn't. This causes thousands of short circuits, overloading the system almost instantly. The grid's safety systems shut everything down to prevent permanent damage. The result? A massive, rapid blackout across a wide area. The real trick: the damage isn't permanent, but cleanup is slow and difficult. Every piece of equipment must be cleaned before power can be restored, sometimes taking days or weeks. During that time, cities or military bases are left helpless. This soft kill approach disables infrastructure without destroying it. From a military perspective, it's a powerful way to create chaos and confusion at the start of a conflict. The weapon's effectiveness lies in its ability to paralyze, not obliterate. It's a subtle, sophisticated attack on the systems we rely on most. The science is simple, but the impact is huge. This is why blackout weapons are so attractive to modern militaries. They can cripple a society without a single explosion. The threat is real and growing. How does China deliver this blackout weapon? It's all about coverage and reach. The most likely method is a bomb dropped from an aircraft, spreading carbon fibers over a city's power grid. Another option: a missile which can travel farther and faster, even launched from ships or distant land. The Chinese documentary highlighted the DF-17 hypersonic missile: fast, hard to intercept, and capable of carrying a blackout payload. A single bomb or missile could knock out power for an entire city. Multiple strikes could cripple a whole region. The goal isn't just to turn off the lights in one place, but to cause a system-wide collapse. Delivery systems, bombs or missiles, are key to the weapon's effectiveness. Hypersonic missiles make defense even harder, giving China a major advantage. The range and payload determine how much area can be affected. This technology allows for surprise attacks, hitting targets before anyone can react. The blackout weapon is designed for maximum disruption with minimal warning. It's a new way to start a conflict, by plunging the enemy into darkness. The threat is not just theoretical, it's a real capability that changes military strategy. As these weapons evolve, so do the risks for everyone. The future of warfare may be silent, fast, and devastatingly effective. There's another blackout weapon to consider: the electromagnetic pulse, or EMP. An EMP is a burst of energy that can fry electronics instantly. No explosion, no warning. The most powerful EMPs come from nuclear explosions high in the atmosphere, creating a wave that can disable electronics over an entire country. Modern life depends on sensitive microchips. An EMP can destroy them all at once. Cars, planes, satellites, and power grids could all be knocked out. China's new weapon is likely a graphite bomb, but experts believe they're also working on non-nuclear EMPs. These use powerful explosives to generate a focused magnetic pulse, targeting specific areas. While not as far-reaching as a nuclear EMP, they can still cripple a city or military base. EMPs are invisible, fast, and devastating to modern technology. The threat isn't just science fiction. It's a real and growing concern. Blackout technology now includes both physical and electromagnetic attacks. The variety of these weapons makes defending against them even harder. As nations develop new ways to disrupt electronics, the risks to our infrastructure multiply. The line between cyber and physical attacks is blurring. EMPs and blackout bombs are part of a new era of warfare. The challenge is keeping our technology safe in a world where invisible attacks can strike at any moment. The future of conflict is as much about electrons as it is about bullets. Attacking electrical systems isn't new, it's been a military goal for decades. During the Cold War, nuclear tests revealed the destructive power of electromagnetic pulses. This changed military thinking. The power grid became a strategic target. Soon, non-nuclear weapons were developed to cause blackouts without massive destruction. The graphite bomb emerged, a simple, effective tool using conductive fibers to short-circuit power stations. Instead of blowing up infrastructure, these weapons quietly disable it. This shift marked a move from brute force to targeted disruption. China's new weapon is the latest step in this evolution. The history of blackout weapons shows a clear path from accidental discovery to deliberate advanced technology. Today, the focus is on subtlety and precision, not just raw power. The lesson: the most effective weapons may be the ones you never see coming. One of the most dramatic EMP effects happened in 1962 during the Starfish Prime nuclear test. The US detonated a nuclear bomb high above the Pacific, expecting an aurora, not a blackout. The resulting EMP knocked out streetlights and electronics in Hawaii, 900 miles away. Scientists were shocked by the scale of the disruption. This accidental discovery proved a single high-altitude blast could cripple technology over vast distances. In 1962, society wasn't as dependent on electronics as today, but the impact was still huge. Starfish Prime changed military planning. Suddenly, EMPs were a real threat. Both the US and Soviet Union began shielding their critical systems. The first shot in a nuclear war might be an EMP, not a bomb on a city. The legacy of Starfish Prime is a warning. Our technology is vulnerable. One event can change everything. The lesson still shapes military strategy today. The risk of a technological blackout is more real than ever. Fast forward to 1999. NATO's campaign in Kosovo brought blackout weapons into modern warfare. NATO used graphite bombs to disable Serbia's power grid, aiming to disrupt military command without destroying infrastructure. The bombs released clouds of carbon fibers over substations, causing massive short circuits. About 70% of Serbia's grid went dark. Proof the concept worked. The effects were temporary, but the disruption was significant. Engineers struggled for days to clean the fibers and restore power. The Kosovo conflict became a textbook case for using blackout weapons with minimal long-term damage. Military planners worldwide took notice, including China. The success in Kosovo likely inspired China's own development of graphite bombs. These weapons offer a low-cost, effective way to gain an advantage. The precedent is clear. Blackout weapons are now a proven tool of modern conflict. The lessons from Kosovo echo in today's military strategies. Disabling, not destroying, is the new way to win. The world is watching and adapting. What do experts think about China's blackout weapon? There's agreement and concern. It's a major step in asymmetric warfare, attacking a stronger enemy's weak points. Western nations are highly dependent on electricity, making them vulnerable. But there's uncertainty. How effective is China's weapon, and how many do they have? State media may exaggerate, but the risk is real. The biggest worry: escalation. A blackout attack could trigger a much larger conflict. The line between soft and hard attacks blurs quickly in a crisis. Modern warfare is shifting from armies to systems, power grids, network satellites. China's weapon is just one tool in a growing arsenal of disruptive technologies. Nations must rethink how to protect critical infrastructure. The threat is evolving, and so must our defenses. What does this mean for the future? Blackout weapons signal a new era of conflict. The battlefield is everywhere: land, cyberspace, and the electromagnetic spectrum. Wars may start with a silent attack: lights out, internet down, banking frozen. Civilians are now on the front lines. No electricity means no hospitals, water, or food. A blackout weapon can trigger a humanitarian crisis without a single explosion. The line between military and civilian targets is vanishing. Nations must rethink defense. Protecting infrastructure is as vital as building tanks. This means resilient power grids, hardened facilities, and rapid repair plans. The real challenge is adapting to invisible, silent threats. China's blackout weapon is a symbol of this new reality. Our technological strengths are also our greatest vulnerabilities. As weapons evolve, so must our strategies for peace and security. The next war might begin in darkness, not with a bang. Understanding and preparing for these threats is crucial. The age of silent, invisible warfare is here, and we